I'd like to purchase this.
Swipe your card. We've just updated our software to these devices, so click agree to the terms and conditions and then sign.
Agree to what?
Oh, nothing. Just that we'll store your personal purchase information in our system and then share it with our third-party affiliates, or even sell it to your insurance company, which then can make judgments based on any health risks that you have and may even jack up your premium as a result.
I'm not agreeing to that.
You would have clicked accept if I hadn't told you.
I just came here to buy this, not to have my personal information in some database so I can later be scrutinized.
Your personal information is already stored in every database. You have Facebook, don't you?
This is a violation of my privacy.
So pay cash.
I don't have any cash. All I have is this card. Next. I'd like to purchase this. Swipe and click agree to the terms and conditions. Sure. I've got nothing to hide.
Okay, so what do we think about this terms and conditions in general? So basically, do you see yourself living in a society where you can decline the terms and conditions of anything, any product that you buy, anywhere you go shopping, any services that you want, essentially?
Depends on what you're prepared to live in. As a Quaker, yes. Here's the thing, though. It's not even ethical from the get-go. Just because you have people, like the average American is like 8th grade reading level. These things, after looking at...
It's insulting.
It is insulting. No, it's offensive that people are that dumb. But...
What percentage are we talking here? I'd like to think I'm not 8th grade.
Majority.
Majority?
Probably not the people here.
Majority. Okay.
That's over 50%.
Yeah. So that is the general stat. So these actual terms and conditions are written at either a bachelor's or a master's degree level. It's intentionally subversive, so it's not ethical, and it should be changed legally. But people are dumb.
Terms and conditions are not basic text.
They are not easy reads. They are legal mumbo jumbo.
First of all,
like
that's
Nietzsche
been the same thing with any legal contract for histories, for decades.
Right.
Nobody wants to read legal contracts because they write it in terms and ways that you can't even read.
Having a contract that you have to read in order to use a service
is bullshit.
from an industry that is so large, such as Apple. It's forcing terms.
Have you read the terms and conditions?
It doesn't matter.
I've actually read them. They're actually not that hard to understand. Read it.
You're an educated person. You have to
No.
Bible
Because
of
there's
what
an
you read?
addiction happening here today.
It's not an
and nobody
addiction,
wants to admit it.
What's the
It is
addiction?
an absolute drug.
When you go to the store, when you purchase something and you're using their credit card machine, you're using a third-party company that is taking your information, putting it in their database, and then selling what you personally buy to another company to make judgments against you.
Terms and conditions is not just...
Now that happens everywhere.
Yeah, but he's talking about technology if it's like one specific
It's not
thing.
exclusive to technology, it's across the board
It's
in
when
our
you go
society.
shopping and anything that you swipe,
Yeah, but people
you are
want convenience.
agreeing.
So withdrawing cash in using a service, you are de facto agreeing to the terms and conditions which they put forward at any time. And no one has the time to take a break right before the ATM and read for 9 hours before they withdraw their money from whatever given ATM. So a lot of it is unethical. A lot of it should be changed, but there is a human factor to it, definitely. That the average American cannot understand what they're even talking about, so they can't affect change on something they can barely comprehend.
Because there's a lot of money with these companies that they market to people from the age of 15 to 24.
We are still part of a marketable demographic.
It's up to people like
I like not to think that I'm irrelevant already. That's just, call me crazy.
So there are children that are being born that are growing up in this technological age. It's not going to be easy to pull them out of the plug. We as millennials remember a time when we did not have computers.
There is as much as you're willing not to, whether you agree with it or not, there is a little bit of a pushback, and there are people that are, the reason mindful has become such a trendy term now is because people are trying to be more conscious of living
They're
in the
being so
moment.
conscious by putting hashtags and tweeting it, saying I'm woke, I'm conscious.
Sure, but they still are.
But they have not logged
Eventually
out.
they will
Totally
be.
at their
It's definitely a
accounts.
superficial
They're totally conscious.
Okay, I'll give you an example. You want an example?
I
I'll give you
need
a
an
perfect
example.
example, okay? There was a Kickstarter about a phone that has limited capabilities. Literally, where you can just dial a phone number, or you can only program 2 or 3 numbers in it, okay? So you can call in for emergency or 2 other people, okay? No. So you can have this, and you leave the house, you leave your phone, and you go to the drugstore, and you have this one phone
Social
that can only
suicide.
make 2. It crushed on Kickstarter. It raised so much money, and it was immediately.
So you're telling me.
So you're telling me that there is not an awareness out there, and there's not people that are trying to separate themselves from
Kickstarter and still
be bro. You're wrong.
Did you buy the
phone?
That's not relevant. Whether I bought the phone or not.
It's a big deal if you bought the phone.
I have an issue. I'm aware of my issue, and I'm trying to get better. When I first got on Instagram, it was private. I didn't share any. I didn't even show people that were my family.
Private with the other people, not the company.
I didn't show my family. Sure, that's fair.
The problem comes is when you're talking about an unforeseen third party, which is the company, and what they can do with that information without ever notifying you. With other people, that is definitely
addiction. You're giving third-party companies access to your privacy.
You want to know a big fun one about Facebook?
Yeah, but that's your.
What happens when you, Ross Gallo, decide I'm going to run for mayor of somewhere? Facebook knows that you, Ross Gallo, posted a picture of you smoking what could have possibly been a joint in college.
Why are you posting
No, you
those
delete
pictures?
it. Even if you delete
I'm not posting those pictures.
It's a very strong statement, and I am 100% behind it.
It should be illegal under some fashion of new privacy law, for
Because
sure.
of an unforeseen agreement
Right.
that you had with an
But because
ambiguous
it's not for
company.
money, I can use your likeness for my own personal uses.
These companies are taking your information and selling it to other companies. Even if you try to be a minimalist and you put your shit on private, the company that you're using their server is taking your information and selling it to someone else. Even if you're making it private. So you think you're doing something for your addiction, but you actually don't have control.
Hovers for like 3 seconds.
Control is deleting your account.
But there should at least be like key points. What are you agreeing to? Something like that. There should be legal steps taken in place, just as some consumer protections.
Money.
They won't have a choice, Laureen. That's what's happening in the same thing in all these other industries.
I should be able to say these are the terms and conditions I will agree to. These are terms that are not agreed to, and actually have a contractual discussion. These services are now necessary for the modern age. In my company, I'm not allowed to go without a cell phone. They provide me the cell phone.
Or bank account.
But I gotta have that cell phone. I need that cell phone.
Yeah.
But because of the ease of society, it is expected, and not just expected, it's almost necessary. So if I have no way to push back, then that means that I'm a forced consumer.
I need you in my cabin.
Hush the fuck up, Ross. Alright,
Maher on Whine.
this has been great.
We just can't film it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's
Yeah,
a
not that
problem,
there's
too.
anything wrong with that.
So
That's a problem.
How
is it a problem?
Because there isn't anything wrong with it.
That's what they're saying.
Why do you gotta say there isn't anything wrong with it?
That's what they're saying.
It's pointing out to the fact there's nothing
They're
wrong
saying,
with it.
the point is
It's
that
that common
they
sense.
might think that we're, not that there's anything wrong with that,
Yeah, not
but
that-
we're not gay.
Yeah,
And that's
not
the
that
problem.
So let me just put some ground rules, okay?
Yeah.
No yelling.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty much half the process I know.
You're in this and you're no yelling?
Listen, let's just wait. Don't go.
Click on that video right there to watch me talk about today's wine.
Subscribe, right? That's what they do in all those YouTube videos. Subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and follow me in all these places that I'm sure I'm going to be adding links to.